The summer transfer window is still months away, but a lot of clubs already have some targets for when the window swings open. Historically, one of the best places to shop are at clubs that are facing relegation. So who are some of the players at these clubs that should be on the radar of top clubs? We'll find out in this video today. But just before we get into it, we realise that Spurs are in something of a relegation fight this season. It's quite obvious. But since we already made a video talking about where their players might go if they do get relegated, we'll leave them out of this one. Let's now get down to it. These are 10 relegation-bound players top clubs should be targeting this summer.
Look, I'll be honest, we're swamped. The World Cup hype is real and Goal90 Shop is officially at capacity. If you ordered this week, please bear with us for a 2-week processing delay. It's a good problem to have, but we are working around the clock to get your gear out. Thank you for your massive support.
We'll start with Bowen. West Ham are currently in the relegation zone in the Premier League, and despite them seemingly picking up form in recent weeks, there's still a huge possibility that they'll end up going down at the end of the season. If they do, Bowen is certainly not going down with them. He's up there as one of the best Premier League players outside the Big Six. There's just no way he goes down to the Championship. In fact, even if West Ham somehow manage to survive relegation, a top club should definitely still consider signing him. This is a player that should be playing Champions League football at this stage of his career. Liverpool could easily bring him in as the short-term Mo Salah successor. He can play on the right and down the middle and has sufficient experience playing in the Premier League. He's definitely due a big move. Another player that top clubs should be targeting is Elliot Anderson. He plays for Nottingham Forest, who are also in the relegation zone. First of all, it's strange that Forest are where they are right now after finishing 7th on the Premier League table last season, but it is what it is. Anyway, if they don't manage to survive this season, then top clubs must be all over Elliot Anderson. Without a doubt, he's one of the best midfielders in England. He'll fit right into any of the top clubs in the country, particularly Man United. With Casemiro set to leave at the end of the season, United should definitely be monitoring Anderson as a potential replacement. And you know what makes him even more inviting? He's just 23 years old. Forest going down this season will mean that he'll be available for about half the price, so top clubs being all over him is really a no-brainer. And Anderson is not even the only Forest player on this list. Do you know who the other guy is? Tell us in the comments, we'll see if you're right soon. While you're there, if you aren't already subscribed to the channel, go do that right away so you never miss out on our amazing content. Done? Now let's move to Spain and talk about Vedat Muriqi. He's Mallorca's starting striker and they're currently in the relegation zone in La Liga. Considering he's 31 years old, some clubs might try to stay away from him, but that won't be very wise. A player like this is the perfect backup striker for any top club. Right now, he's La Liga's second highest goalscorer with 16 goals in 25 appearances. If he's doing this in a relegation-bound club with little service, imagine how much better he'll do at a top club. This would be exactly like Real Madrid signing Joselu in 2023. In the 2022-23 season, he scored 16 goals in 34 La Liga appearances and finished as the league's third highest goalscorer behind Lewandowski and Benzema. Madrid saw a massive opportunity there and signed him once Espanyol went down. And well, we don't need to remind you how important he turned out to be for Real Madrid, despite on their way to winning the Champions League in the 2023-24 season. So yeah, top clubs will be wise to keep an eye on Muriqi this summer. Another relegation-bound La Liga striker top clubs must be targeting is Etta Eyong. He currently plays for Levante, whose fate seems to already be sealed, which is why top clubs must be looking at him. He has been directly involved in 10 goals in 18 La Liga starts this season, but what makes him an even more interesting target is that he is just 22 years old and has a high ceiling. Having played for Cadiz, Villarreal and now Levante, Eyong already has sufficient La Liga experience despite being a young player, so we think one of the top clubs in the league must be monitoring him very closely. The Cameroon international was linked to Barcelona some months back, and we think that the Blaugranas should be back on this particular one. Considering their financial situation, bargains like this should never pass them by. Young player, affordable fees, negligible wages. Yeah, Barcelona have to be all over this. Whether for squad depth or for future resale value, he would be just perfect. Now, back to England, let's talk about Jhon Anthony. Burnley will almost certainly go down this season, but there's just no way Anthony goes down with them. It's just now a matter of what top club is going to move fastest. The former Bournemouth man is a versatile player who has managed 7 Premier League goals this season. he would be a solid addition to any of the top teams. Considering he's something of a long throw expert, Arsenal should be considering bringing him in for squad depth. And oh, he's actually a Hale End boy. He spent 10 years at the Arsenal Academy and even played alongside guys like Emile Smith-Rowe and Reiss Nelson. A homecoming in the summer won't be too bad at all. Another forward top clubs must surely be targeting is Moise Kean. The former Everton man currently plays for Fiorentina, who are battling relegation in Italy right now. If they do go down, someone must get Kean out of there speedily. We're talking about a guy who was the second highest goalscorer in the Italian top flight just last season. He's a top striker by every metric, and he's definitely still got it. He's still just 26 years old with a lot of top flight experience under his belt. He just needs to be in the right environment. He obviously has a deep connection with Juventus, and with Vlahovic expected to leave in the summer and Openda and Jonathan David both underperforming so far, bringing Kean back might not be a bad idea. But if they're not interested in bringing him for the third stint, the likes of AC Milan and AS Roma would be wise to explore it. Clubs from other leagues could also consider signing him. He's definitely a very valuable player. Now, this next guy is someone you probably never expected to see on a list like this, but he is. We're talking about Christian Eriksen. He currently plays for Wolfsburg, who look destined to go down at the end of the season, and well, there's just no way he goes down with them. No way at all. He has so much experience which could be valuable to a lot of top teams across Europe, so they must all be considering bringing him in. He just signed with Wolfsburg last summer, but if they really do end up getting relegated this season, he'll be available this summer for a small fee, or maybe even for free. There are a lot of top clubs around who could do with his experience and brilliance on the ball. In fact, considering everything Spurs are going through right now, they could definitely use a player like Eriksen. That's if they don't end up going down themselves. Now, remember we said there's another Forest player on this list. It's Murillo. The Brazilian centre-back has proven to be a really solid player. He's strong, fast, great in the air, and a good carrier of the ball. He will certainly be valuable to top teams in England as well as in other leagues around Europe. What makes him an even more valuable target is that he's just 23 years old. He's a top prospect for the present and the future, the type of player we can see fitting right into a Champions League club. Chelsea, Liverpool and even Barcelona would benefit greatly from snatching him up if Forest go down. Valencia could also go down this season, and if they do, Hugo Duro is a player top clubs must be all over. He has a lot of experience in La Liga, has scored 18 Spanish top-flight goals over the last 2 seasons, and at 26 years old, he's still a pretty young player. He had a short spell at Real Madrid a few years back. Perhaps they could consider giving him another shot if Valencia finally go down this season. He won't be a bad backup for Mbappe. Finally, David De Gea is one player some top teams could consider if Fiorentina go down this season. He's still an outstanding shot stopper despite being 35 years of age, and at the very least, he could be a good backup goalie for a top club. I mean, Barcelona brought Szczęsny out of retirement and made him their backup goalkeeper, and he has been playing that role perfectly. Surely a top club can see the value in bringing De Gea on this summer. Teams like Juventus, Inter Milan, PSG and even Bayern Munich would benefit greatly from signing a top goalkeeper like David De Gea. It is now time to hear from you guys. Are there more relegation-bound players you think top clubs should be going after in the summer? Drop their name in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Also, turn on the bell notification so you never miss out on new content. Catch you in the next one. Bye.